Welcome your hosts, Caddy, Frink, and Sarah Kemp, as they lead discussions about substance use disorder and the journey to recovery. You're listening to Redefining Recovery, a recovery revolution.
I just love that music. It just comes rolling in. We just swing in our seats. If anybody sees us on video, we're always just swinging. Hello. Welcome. Hello, Sarah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Well, thank you for listening to Redefining Recovery, a recovery revolution here on AM 950, the progressive radio station. Because we're here and you are too.
Yes, you are.
Let's see. Last week we did a repeat because it was the holiday weekend and we all had some time away. So thank you for listening to that repeat if you did. And we are here in the holiday season. But before that,
Yes.
Sarah, what's right with you today? Oh, wait a minute.
Okay.
Back up
Thank
the bus up,
yous.
Caddy, here.
Thank
Back up the
yous.
bus. We got to thank you, all the people that have contributed both financially and volunteers and all the different ways. So special thanks to funders that we've had. Some have sunsetted, but we always want to make sure that we give thanks to how this program got started, which is the Patrick and Amy Butler Family Foundation, my apologies, Otto Brummer Trust, the Sauer Family Foundation, the Hardenberg Foundation. And then we got to just say, hey, thanks to all the volunteers that show up, right,
Yes.
Sarah?
We have had a great bunch of volunteers recently. Well, of all the time, but especially recently.
Yeah,
That
it's
just show up when we need them for different community events
yeah.
or just at our office for help. So thank you.
Yeah, it's been amazing. And those of you that have contributed to our coffers, as they say, our financial needs, we are
We're always open.
always welcoming anybody's got anything. We're in challenging times right now for nonprofits, and we want to keep this show going as best we can, and we want to keep the recovery community healthy as best we can
And engaged.
Thank you.
And educated.
And educated, and offering those peer-to-peer services and advocating for our community, right, Sarah?
Yes,
All of our pillars.
they sure are.
Yeah. So what's right with you today, Sarah?
I honestly, with the snow that has been happening, I think just having a reliable car and a car that I know will get me through the snow.
Yes.
Because as Caddy knows, I hate driving in the snow.
It's not her favorite.
It's not
at
my
all.
favorite thing. Been in too many car accidents in the winter, so it just scares me.
Oh.
But I do it because I have to.
I almost called you and said, hey, do you want to meet halfway? And I thought, nope, my big
Nope.
girl's got to put on her big girl pants.
Yes, and I did. Even though I had to let one of my coworkers know I made it here safely because she was worried. But just having a reliable vehicle.
Yeah, it is extraordinarily, if you're lucky enough to have a
Yes.
vehicle and you can have one that is reliable, it is something that to be grateful for.
How about you, Caddy? What's right with you today?
Well, let's see. We're embarking on the holiday season, beginning to make holiday plans. And I think since my family has gotten smaller and smaller, I am valuing the friendships that I have, the relationships that I have with people. My guy and I, Eric, we're making out our Christmas Eve list
Oh, fun.
of humans, and just wondering who's going to be able to be available because, the holiday seasons, they're something to something.
They get
sometimes.
busy.
Yeah, they get busy and then they get confusing sometimes.
For some people, yes.
Yeah. And so that's the hot topic of the hour here, folks.
And in case you listened last week, it was the similar topic last week. So
we're just going to keep building on that.
Yes.
Because what we do know when we do the work in recovery, that the holiday season can offer stress, it can offer discomfort, it can offer comfort, and it can offer a lack of stress. Stress goes away because maybe people can rebuild the relationships, right, Sarah?
or if it's like for me,
Yeah.
I just love the music and the pretty lights and just the decorations that come along with the holidays, that it just puts me in a better mood
Okay.
because it adds a little sparkle to what is typically like a gloomy,
Drearier
snowy,
time.
that's what
Yeah.
it is for me,
Yeah.
at least.
Well, and you also like your Hallmark
I do.
Christmas
I love
shows.
Hallmark movies.
Oh, we go round and round on this one, folks. This is like not my jam. Give me a crime drama, I'm good to go.
There
but-
was a crime, murder, drama Hallmark Christmas movie.
Okay, I'm just sorry about that. It sounded like I sneezed, but that was really just a gut laugh because
It was called Mistletoe Murders.
Okay, we'll just let that one ride out there into the sunset because I'm not sure about that. Oh my goodness, Sarah, you are so funny. Well, so let's just tell the people. So we get in the holiday season at Minnesota Recovery Connection. We try to make sure that we keep it a little bit more neutral. We talk
Yes.
about holiday. We know some people are going to celebrate Kwanzaa. We know some people are going to celebrate Christmas. They're going to celebrate their holiday traditions or lack of traditions for all
and
intents and
just
purposes.
have it be another day.
Yeah. And so, but yesterday, what did we do, Sarah?
We got a lot of work done in our office for decorating.
We kind of went to the sideways of the
did.
We are making our recovery organization building look very, very
It's
festive.
very festive. We have a Christmas tree,
or two or three.
three holiday lights.
Yes.
We wrapped our conference room tables in wrapping paper.
Yes.
So
our doors are wrapped in
that's
wrapping
all
paper.
of our office doors.
Yes.
People put lights up in their cubicles.
Yeah.
So
I think,
and it's, Josie walked into the conference room this morning and it just made her happy.
well, and I want to say something that really affected me yesterday that I thought was really interesting. Michael, one of our interns at the office, he came walking in. I say, Michael, what have you seen in the conference room? And he's like, no, let me see. So he walked in and his eyes just sort of lit up. And I'm like, wow, you really enjoyed that. And he said, yeah, well, I live in a sober housing or recovery housing right now in more of a dorm setting. So I don't have an opportunity to decorate in any way.
Oh, really?
And he said, when I walk in here, he says, I get to smile. I was like,
Wow.
okay, wow is right. I thought, what have we been able to do for someone who doesn't have that opportunity? And I thought, that's why we can do what we can do. We can make our office something celebratory or just, as you said, sort of bright and shiny.
Yeah.
Right?
Because everyone's mood instantly changed when they walked into the conference room.
Yeah. And you know what? You don't have to decorate. You don't have to do it a traditional way. I was at the dollar store yesterday and there was
What do you say it like that?
I don't know. Well, I went to Michael's and I went to the dollar store. But it was interesting. There was a gentleman who was in the tinsel aisle like I was. And he was like digging through all the tinsel types and he found a blue string. And I know because I have the Jewish folks in my family, we've got Hanukkah coming up. So that's coming up as well. And I almost asked if he was dressing for Hanukkah. And I thought that doesn't make any difference. But he was going after the blue and the silver because those are the colors of Hanukkah. And I was like, and we have Hanukkah coming up. So there's a lot of traditions that happen around this time of year and then throughout the year. But this one kind of has like a heavy drop in.
Yeah, because you have if you celebrate Thanksgiving and then you have what feels like 2 months of Christmas because people start listening to music well before
that holiday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
and some people like me, an old retailer, when I hear Christmas music, I want to walk out and walk the other way.
Then you don't want to be in my car.
Okay. Would I maybe suggest that you have Christmas music?
I do.
Playing? Okay. I'm glad we drove separately.
Because my boyfriend doesn't care. I mean, he's indifferent to the holidays.
Okay.
I think it causes him more stress than anything because the traditional idea of gift giving is a lot. And I take care of that for us because I don't mind it.
Right.
And I like to do it, but I think it causes him stress because he doesn't know what to get somebody.
Okay.
What to, how much of something, all that
stuff.
And so it causes him a little stress. So then I take that on because it's easy for me.
Right. Will you enjoy it? Yes.
And I do enjoy it, but he doesn't like the Christmas music. He doesn't do the movies very much. So it's me.
Okay. You get to wear that hat. In your family.
I sure do.
Well, and personally, I have my own story, which we'll get into potentially next segment. But we just want to thank everybody for listening. And one of the things we said prior to the repeat last week was we want our listening audience to join us in on topics that you'd like us to discuss. Sarah's going to do an outreach on Facebook to our recovery community. But we want you to be involved in our recovery community in this radio show of Redefining Recovery Revolution here with who? Caddy and
Sarah.
Whoever we are. So thank you for listening to Redefining Recovery Revolution here on AM 950. We're going to take a break and we'll catch you on the other side. Thank you. Hello, here we are, Redefining Recovery, Recovery Revolution here on AM 950. Who's across the table from me? By the way, my name is Caddy Frink.
I'm Sarah.
What's your last name?
Kemp like the ice cream.
Gotta do it.
I did that on the phone with someone this morning too. Because they didn't understand my last name, so I had to say Kemp like the ice cream.
Well, it works.
It does. And they're like, oh. Like, okay.
Well, you know what my favorite Kemp's ice cream is this time of year? Candy cane Kemp's ice cream.
Did you have some already?
They didn't have it out yet.
Oh my
gosh. They had pumpkin ice cream out.
Get it out there, Kemps.
I know you better. Caddy wants to get on it. So here we are, Redefining Recovery, Recovery Revolution, wanting to reach out to our recovery community saying, hey, how are you? More importantly, how you doing?
Because this can be a heavy time of year for some folks. So just checking in, making sure that you're hanging in there. We have some ideas.
Yes, we gathered some. We went to all of our staff at Minnesota Recovery Connection, and I'm going to pop in a few things that I've heard over I can honestly say the years.
Wow.
I know, scary. Of ways to make it through the holidays. Remember, well, like what Sarah said in the first segment, which is this is a time of year when actually people decorate and we can go out. And maybe it's not your favorite time of year, but it can be a time of year where you see things differently. Yeah. You see lights, you see pretty things. I caught for like about 15 minutes last night the Christmas, like when the people do Christmas lights and do Christmas carnivals in their yard, like the Great Christmas Yard Show.
Oh, with like the inflatables and stuff?
That would be like the low bar on this one. This is like entire like yards that are full of lights and they've got coordinating music and all.
Oh my gosh.
You better get on that, girl, because you are the Christmas.
Yeah,
girl
I would love to see that actually.
It was actually kind of good, but man, there are some Christmas light shows out there. And you know what? That's okay. Drive around or walk around or find a park. Eric and I are going to go to some of the Christmas places like in downtown St. Paul. You could drive or you could take a train and go to some of the Christmas things that are up or just think about the holiday things that are up.
I feel like the Depot was doing something.
They always have a Christmas market. Yeah. And then the park that's in downtown St. Paul, that's by the Ordway Theater. I can't think of the name. They always have a Christmas tree down there. It's very pretty.
And now I'm trying to think of the name and it's going to bug me.
I know. I will come up with it.
Yeah.
So
it actually takes us to our first idea.
What's that? So what we're talking about, folks,
sorry. I got too excited.
I know we got too excited. So we went around our office, we talked to folks and we said, how do you make it through the holidays? What are some things that you think about to get through the holidays? Sometimes they're hard. Sometimes they're like Sarah's joyous of seasons. And we want to just sort of meet people where they're at. And the most important part is that when we toss these things out, it's ideas, it's thoughts. And if it doesn't trip your trigger, that's totally fine. She just smiled at me because I said something I probably shouldn't have. But so Sarah, what's number one?
Go for a walk outside. Well, it says in the daylight, but you could also do it at night and look at the Christmas lights or the holiday lights, I should say, or just enjoy the snow. If you love the snow, just go for a walk in it and enjoy it and be in it.
Yeah. Well, that's funny because my guy has decided he's going to turn a leaf over to the winter holidays or not the holidays, the winter season. He's like, I'm going to embrace the winter rather than complain about it because he loves to complain about the winter.
Who doesn't though at some point?
I know it gets to be, so we're still fresh. We got fresh snow on the ground, we can still enjoy it. But I think that's a really great idea. Go out and maybe you sort of think about what it was like when a fresh snow came when you were a kid. You're like, woo!
Yeah. You could go sledding. I don't know if you and Eric could go sledding, but
that would be a really bad idea.
Okay, then don't do that. But you could just go for a walk in it, get some hot chocolate or get a coffee if that's your thing.
Yeah.
And just go for a walk.
And there's a lot of neighborhoods. So in the city, or if you're a Minneapolis person like I am, you go park your car or get off a bus and walk around the lakes because a lot of those folks have a few extra dollars in their pocket and they do really elaborate Christmas decorations. I'm always kind of like a dusk person when you walk through neighborhoods because then you get to peek in people's windows.
I do that. Eric and I were driving the other night in our neighborhood and I happened to look in somebody's house because their lights were on and their curtains were open. I was like, they have a really cute Christmas tree. He's like, stop looking in people's homes.
I figure the lights are on. It's dusk. You haven't closed the curtains. It is open bay.
I was like, I'm a lurker.
I know. Well, and I am too. I am a proud, if you, I will look, but it's fun because you get to see other people's creativity.
Yes. I
And
don't
what-
do it in a creepy way, so don't worry.
No, don't walk up to the windows and go, hi.
Yeah, I just want to see your Christmas tree from afar.
So we're talking about getting outside. So another one on the list, we're going to trade it back and forth. Listen to some uplifting music, and that can be any kind of music. So let's not just talk about those Christmas tunes that you have in your car all the time, Sarah.
Yes.
It can be any kind of music, but remember that the holidays mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So uplifting music can be listening to a different cultural kind of music. You could listen to some like Jamaican style music. That's
Or
got
just
a-
your favorite, or just your regular favorite
it's-
music.
Yeah,
That gets you in a good mood.
yeah, and just remember, there's so many different musics out there. You could listen to some classical music because there's some really upbeat classical tunes
Yes.
too. Listen to me, classical
Wow.
tunes that are out there. Brett, our board guy, was talking about his experience back in the day about playing a lot of Christmas music, and I worked in retail for many years. And there's some music that I'll just walk away from. But when there can be a cool rendition of something, there you go.
Or an updated version of something that
Maybe not updated.
it could be. You don't know.
Yes. What's another thing on our list?
Watch a movie or a TV show that makes you laugh.
Oh,
We all have that one movie or that one show that is your comfort show that no
mhm.
matter what is going on in the world or in life will make you feel good.
And mine is The Producers. But those of you who have ever seen Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick, it is such a hysterical film. And what you got to watch is you got to watch the outtakes. Because if anybody knows who Nathan Lane is and Matthew Broderick, when they mess something up, they are hysterical. So what's your favorite movie? Maybe either at this time of year or just something that gives you that uplift.
For some reason, it's The Devil Wears Prada.
Okay.
I don't know why, but like that's a
Hopefully I'm not the boss.
no,
in there.
no. I don't. But that's a comfort one that I can watch
Anytime.
yeah.
Anytime. Yeah.
And if we're talking about this time of year,
Yeah.
I love the movie The Holiday.
Okay.
with-
The old one or the new one? Probably the new one.
The new one with Kate Winslet.
Yeah, that's not the one that I'm thinking
Oh,
of.
is that the new one? I didn't know there was an old one.
Oh, she's so young.
I'll be 37 in January.
Still young. But you know what? You're actually wearing a sweatshirt that says "Let's do this," which is
And then it says,
what does it say?
"Think positive. There's nothing we can't do."
And this comes from the movie
Inside Out.
Inside Out. I think that is actually an extraordinarily inspirational
That's
film
a good one, too.
because it really talks about the different moods that we have
Yes.
and how do we work through those moods.
And it's okay to have more than one mood at the same time.
yes, certainly is.
My other favorite one is Zootopia.
Okay,
If we're going Disney, it's
okay.
Zootopia.
Okay, Zootopia. Okay. Well, there we are. We have just gone through all our favorite movies. What's your favorite movie? Email us and let us know because we'll just talk about it all day long. Enjoy a good meal with family or friends, community, the family of your choosing or the friends that you like to hang out with. You know, food brings us together.
Mhm.
I mean, we're having our holiday party on Monday. Something I didn't tell you that Monday is for me. December 8th. Do you have any idea? Do you have any memory of what that might be, Sarah?
I think I do.
What do you
Is that a
think it is?
year ago?
No,
Nope.
no,
Okay.
it's a happy one, not a sad one. I will have
Then
a quarter of a century in recovery. Yeah, on Monday, 25 years of recovery.
Holy!
Buckets.
I was about to swear, and I'm glad I didn't.
No, I'm glad.
That's a long time.
I know. I was doing group interviews. We're having a class in a couple weeks, folks, for peer recovery specialist training, and I talk about what does recovery mean
Yeah.
to me. And I said, yeah, I'm gonna tell you how many years I got in recovery, and I'm like, I'm just a few days away from having a chunk of time.
That is unbelievable. I mean, just
The magnitude of it. I get it, girl. I get it. I'm the one who's
are
living.
you going to
it.
do something for it?
I don't know. I'm gonna
You
have
should.
I'm gonna have the holiday
You should
meal
do
with
something.
Yes, ma'am. I will do it.
Okay.
Eric we have a tradition.
Okay,
so
good.
He makes my favorite pizza.
There.
So, but you know, when we eat together, when we share a meal, when we share our favorite foods, it brings people together.
It really does. And I noticed this too when we were doing our sign up sheet for our holiday party. There is so much food because I feel like people at our office, their love language is food.
Mm-hmm.
And so food can be a great binder.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Well,
that's the right word, but
well, we call, the traditional way of looking at it is when you break bread with people. When you
yes,
break bread with people, number one, you have something. You more than likely you'll enjoy something that's in front of you, and then when you're happy, you get that dopamine little rush from whatever you're eating. Then you're across the table from people either or maybe are new to you. You can have a new conversation, or maybe you bring up a new conversation. The Thanksgiving holiday, which has a lot of different meanings to a lot of different people, but one of the traditions is, what are you thankful for? And so in the holiday season, it's like, what brought us together at this table? What are our common links? Eric and I were talking about who we're going to have at our table, and I'm thinking, okay, that person belongs to that person, that person belongs to that person, well, that person belongs to that person. How did we all get here? It's a great way to just think about, besides family, if you've got friends, it's a great way to just or invite somebody new to the table.
That's what my grandparents used to do.
Oh, really?
Because my grandpa was a professor down in Iowa for 1,000 years. And
like me.
Yeah. And he used to bring like students that didn't have anywhere to go.
Nice.
He used to bring them over or invite them over for Christmas Eve.
Nice.
So that's something that they would do.
Well, so think about breaking bread with somebody new, or when you're getting together with even the same folks, build a new conversation. What's another one, Sarah?
Exercise to get your blood pumping.
Exercise. I know that one came from Patricia, didn't it?
It did. And
yes.
So did the next one, which is dance. And she wrote it 3 times.
Not once, but twice, but 3 times.
Yes.
Yes.
That's her thing. That's how she gets through things. Mm-hmm. And she was saying that at the holiday party, she wants people to dance with her.
Okay, well, we're going to have to get some appropriate music up.
She wants to do line dancing.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, she gets to lead that charge on that one.
But dancing or exercise can be a great tool to get your mind off something. Mm-hmm. I know for me, I fell off exercising when I was going through some stuff. And now that I'm through it, I'm going to get back in it.
Yep.
Because it made me feel good. And when I dropped off of it, I didn't feel as healthy.
Right.
Mentally and physically. So it's a great tool, and it doesn't have to be like an intense thing. You can just go, again, just going outside and going for a walk is great exercise too.
Well, and I know Patricia, when we did the show 3 weeks ago, she talked about how she gets on Zoom with a friend of her and they do a 15-20 minute workout together.
Wow, that's cool.
I know. And that's the way that she's been able to engage in activity. And it doesn't matter how you do it. You don't have to go to a gym, because I am so anti-gym. I ain't gonna do it. Just when you get,
it's not your thing.
Well, I got forced into it when I was much younger, and it just put a bad taste in my mouth. So how can we do it? We can go for a walk. We can stand in a living room. I'm thinking about getting a walking treadmill in my house, just a little one.
Oh yeah,
I'm just thinking about doing that when I sit.
Because then you can watch your show and walk at the same time.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. But we're working at it.
I believe in you.
Yeah, thank you. I got to get my rear end moving. One of the great suggestions here also is talk with a therapist or somebody that you can trust, or somebody who is a neutral source in your life. I'm going to toss that out as an option as well. Somebody that you can be yourself with, and somebody who won't judge or tell you what you should do. Could do. My therapist retired. Caddy, get your terms together here, girl. But I'm due for a new one. And you have one, don't you?
I do, but I only see her on an as needed basis.
Yeah. But this is the time of year when people might need that extra little bump of support, because sometimes the family can get to be a lot, or even the friends. Yeah, for sure.
Can be. Go shopping at one of your favorite stores.
Ooh.
Good thing, bad thing.
Good thing, bad thing. Well, there's all, talk about stores. You could go into maybe one of the grocery stores on Tester Food Day and just get a lot of tasty treats. Now, of course, I'm a Costco member, and I'm sitting across from yet another Costco member.
I only have it because we have it. It's the only way I can afford it.
But, if you have a Costco membership, or you can bring a friend, because you can bring a friend, bring them in and just hit all the tasting tables. Don't have to buy anything, but just see what's out there.
Just walk around, because there's a lot to look at Costco, and or probably Sam's Club if you know someone that has a Sam's Club.
But you could go to Kowalski's. They've got the Kowalski's at many of the stores. They have taste testing days, because this is the time of year year when they want to sell, all the products for any one of the holidays that are going on. So that's a fun place. You go to a thrift store. I just brought a bunch of thrift items to one of the thrift stores that I go to from a friend of mine. It was all holiday stuff. I brought it in. I said, gosh, I hope you guys can use it. She goes, we're going to get this stuff out now. And I said, okay, you get it out now. But you can do shopping, but you don't necessarily have to buy. Go to a hobby store and just maybe think about what, look at the clearance rack.
Walk around the Mall of America.
Yeah, walk around any mall.
Or Rosedale or
Southdale. Southdale's now
Ridgedale.
Yeah, Ridgedale. Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah. And Southdale's now the fancy schmancy mall. So the Galleria stuff all moved over to Southdale. So now the Galleria, of course, where I used to work in 2 different stores. Yes, we go back in history with me, y'all. Is turning into a little bit more of a boutique-y kind of store. So it's kind of interesting.
And window shopping is fun.
Yeah, I mean, and just get ideas of maybe what you can make. Actually, that happened to me the other day. Practice gratitude, and I think that looks a lot of different ways. You can make a gratitude list. I think that somebody talked about that.
Yeah,
right?
I think Rachel was the one that brought that. I mean, multiple people brought that up to me yesterday, but Rachel talked about it.
What did she say?
Well,
Several
years ago, when she was first in recovery, she couldn't be with her kids for the holidays, and so the treatment center she was at, the tech had her make a gratitude list
every day.
And she hated it in the moment, but looking back on it, it helped her see what she was grateful for and the bigger picture of what now her life is, because now she can have all of her kids together for the holidays.
Yeah. And so sometimes we get down in the dumps and we get a little bit forewarned.
Yes, can happen.
And remembering what we're grateful for. And I almost practiced something with Eric last night, Sarah. This was funny. So I was talking to folks when I was doing my interviews, and we just talked about, what's right with you today, or what's the best thing that happened to you today. I almost did it to Eric last night.
You should have.
I know, but I was almost afraid. I thought he's going to look at me with a side eye going, what are you doing to me? It's kind of funny when we practice these things with people that we know, they know we're doing something different.
Well, especially for you, because you've done it for 100 years.
Yeah. So I've been with him for about 100 years. So if I come out with something different, he knows something's up. So, but at the same time, tonight I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it tonight. Because he's anyway. So what's the next thing on the list?
I like this one. Actually, I like the next 2. So I'm going to talk about both of them at the same time.
Please do.
Knowing what you can handle.
Ooh.
And not feeling guilty, or trying not to feel guilty for saying no. Those are 2 big ones.
Yeah.
Saying no can be hard, especially if you're a people pleaser. But no is okay. Because especially if you're early in your recovery, it might not be for the best to go around certain people. So saying no is good for not only your recovery, but for yourself.
Yep. And to add to that, and I think that's a really good, really strong message. You can also say, I can't do that right now.
Yes.
So not now is also acceptable, because it might not be the right time. And it's like, I can't do that right now. Let me think about that. Giving somebody a little bit of space because sometimes no feels harsh, but I think as somebody said, it's a full sentence. No is a full sentence. But what was the first one you said?
Knowing what you can handle. So I think when Molly was talking to me about that one yesterday, it was knowing if you're going to go around certain people, family, whatever that looks like,
friends from the past, maybe,
knowing how long you can be there,
right?
Or is there going to be a certain, like, if they're going to be doing something, do you need to leave when they start doing it? What can you handle to be safe for yourself and safe for your recovery?
And I think that works in a couple of different ways. We've talked about it in our office, and that is if you're going to go to some sort of event, and it doesn't necessarily have to be holiday related. You're going to go to a concert. You're going to go to some sort of show. And generally speaking, in those environments, there are chemicals, whatever it is. Usually it's alcohol in most cases, but sometimes you go to a house party, you go to somebody's gathering, there could be other chemicals there. Go early, leave early. Go with a person that you trust so that
Buddy
they can
system.
buddy system. Have a exit plan in place. Have the Lyft or the Uber on your phone if that's an option for you, so that you can make sure you've got enough money in your pocket to get on a train or get on a bus. If it's appropriate, you've got a bike. I mean, even in this weather, people can bike, but have an exit plan, because sometimes things can change rapidly in an environment.
And or what was suggested, or what I suggest to my participants is have a reuse prevention plan
Nice.
during the holidays.
Yeah.
So have a list of people that you can call if you don't go to something with someone. Have a list of someone you can call that can support you during that time.
Yeah, reuse, or just you get into that risky thinking. Yeah, because sometimes it doesn't. You might not even want to use a chemical, but that brain space is beginning to open up again. It's like, well, it wouldn't be that bad if, or
Just this one time if.
yeah, or nobody would know.
Yeah.
That's one that I played out in my head a couple of times. But it's really important to think about that. And we're talking about the holidays, and it's not just Christmas, it's not just New Year's. We're talking this whole month, like you said, Sarah, between Thanksgiving and now is like party central time for so many different spaces and places. And there's a lot of events that go on, and there could be risky behavior anywhere around you. So when you're going to go, think about it. Just think about what could go on.
And hot tip, these can be used for any time of the year.
Hey.
So write them down and keep them handy.
Yeah, because we talk about the same topics in the summer when we're talking about 4th of July, or we're talking about graduation parties or birthday parties, when we're all outside and we're like, woohoo!
Or just life.
Life in general. Yeah. So all those events. One of the other suggestions is explore a new hobby. Sometimes when you start doing something new, you could just generate a whole new thought process.
For me, it's making bread.
Yeah, tell them about your bread making.
I've been making bread homemade bread. I've done just a regular white bread, and then I did a jalapeno and cheese last weekend to go with the chili that I made.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna make homemade bread for our holiday party next week.
Wow.
But it's been fun.
Yeah.
To get into the kitchen and do something new.
Yeah, explore new things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and baking is a huge thing. I mean, my mentor, Chris Kelly, she made pies throughout her recovery. That was what she did. She didn't do anything of the traditional, but she made pies and she did yoga. I will never forget that. It's just like burned into my brain.
Well, and it goes to show that, I'm going to get off topic for a hot second, but it goes to show that recovery can open up new doors, new ideas, and that it doesn't need to necessarily be the traditional way. And if it is, great, but you can also do more fun things.
Yep. And I think one of the things that Chris said is that when she made pies, she shared them with other people. And there's where that breaking bread with people, giving people pleasure through what brought her recovery journey. So your bread, you're going to bring it to us at work. You also make cookies periodically, which I have no problem eating. So, exploring things. I'm a colorer. I like to color. And I was
diamond dotting.
I got 2 people now that want to do diamond dotting with me. So I got to get busy on that one. So support groups, if maybe that's something that works for you at this time of year, there's a lot of different support groups that are going on. And I think what can be nice is that sometimes those support groups will have a holiday gathering. So that might be your fill if your family or your friends are not healthy around you, but your support group is, or maybe you even throw a support group party. Because sometimes you can build your own community around you around this time of year, or any time of the year, to your point, Sarah, where you are just gathering food together, breaking bread, and having fun conversations.
Or you're just trying to rebuild your community.
Yeah, and we have to remember, if we're feeling lonely, there's another person feeling lonely. Or if you're feeling unsettled, there's another person who's feeling unsettled. And if you're happy, share it with people. I mean, that's really where the other joy is. And then what's the last one on here, which I think is super cool?
Acts of kindness.
Mm-hmm. What does that look like to you, Sarah?
Honestly, it's the little things. Like yesterday, I filled up my boyfriend's humidifier for him. He didn't ask me to do it, but since I was doing mine, I just did his.
Right.
And so it's it doesn't need to be like some grandiose thing. It can be something little that you do for your partner or for your roommate or whatever your situation is. It can just be something little like that.
Well, and I think on a very simple level, our random act of kindness, our act of kindness for Michael was that we were able to bring joy into his space, into his mind,
and
into his
and our
heart.
whole team.
Yeah, but he can't have that holiday. So we gave him that kindness. Well, we're going to go into our last break for the show. I hope maybe some of these ideas have given you something to think about for entertaining yourself through this season.
Saying ideas for people that in your lives.
Yeah, that might need it. So thank you for listening to Redefining Recovery, a Recovery Revolution. Be sure to email us at info@minnesotarecovery.org if you've got any ideas for our shows. So thank you very much. We could see you in a minute on the other side.
'Cause without it, there's no home. And there's one thing that I've learned through this year.
I just love that music.
So mellow.
I know. Thank you, Erin Fitzgerald. She picked this great music to bring out of this show. So one of the things that has happened in our recovery community that we have been made aware of in this last couple of days is that people's recovery journey is extraordinarily personal, and there are different places that people need to go to take care of themselves. And we have learned that in the recovery community, the Pride Institute has decided to close an element of their treatment center. And this is a place where people who are part of the LGBTQIA, non-binary, trans community can go and get their recovery. And what we want to say is that that group of individuals, young and old and everybody in between, has a very high risk of substance use disorder because of the stigma around not just them using chemicals, but also because of who they are. And what I want to say to the listening audience, and that is, if you know somebody who is struggling in that community who has now learned this information, Minnesota Recovery Connection has got an open door for anybody who is looking. I know the community right now is really, really stretching out to see what resources we can do. There's been a couple of posts online of people who have gone to the Pride Institute, and what we have to remember is that this particular organization was bought by a very large conglomerate. And if it is not profitable, I use air quotes, what they will do is they will say, oh, that's not a profitable one, we're going to close it. You know what? That could take lives.
Yeah.
And what we want people to know is that we will honor your recovery at Minnesota Recovery Connection. I know Andy Otto, who is also on AM 950 with his show, is one of the people that I let know about this. And he was also taking his moves on what he's Twin Cities Pride. He puts on the Pride Festival. We want everybody to know that everybody is welcome at Minnesota Recovery Connection, but also if you are struggling in any way, shape, or form, whoever you are, we will meet you where you're at.
Yes, 100%.
Right, Sarah?
And we do have 2 peer recovery specialists on our staff that are part of that community specifically. So if you're wanting to work with somebody from that community specifically, we got you.
Yeah.
We're also, all of our peers are open anyway, but if you wanted someone that from that specific group,
right, that represent that. We also have what we call all recovery meetings. They are on Monday and Wednesday from 5 until 6, which is a LGBTQIA all recovery meeting. So if you are feeling all of a sudden like the bottom has fallen out of your world, what am I going to do? How am I going to take care of myself? Where do I go? The person who runs that meeting is Alicia Dottie. She will be running those meetings. And please know that you are welcome. You go onto our website, minnesotarecovery.org, go to the all recovery meeting, and it says Pride. And you just click on the link, and Alicia will let you in. She might ask who you are to welcome you in, because we do that for all of our meetings, just so everybody knows. We won't randomly let people in. We need to know who they are. And if you are somebody with ulterior motives, we will make you leave, which has happened to any of our meetings. But we really want the community to know that we are so sad of this decision, because this is one of the longest running LGBTQIA recovery organizations.
well, I think it's the only one.
Yes, in the United States.
So
we're
there's
just
that.
yeah, it just there's something is being missed here, and we know that this topic can be a hot button for folks, but we just have to remember that addiction doesn't give a who you are, where you come from, your age, your ethnicity,
Who you love.
your culture. We just have a lot of people who are struggling with substance use disorder, and at Minnesota Recovery Connection, we will do whatever we can. If we cannot serve you, we will find somebody who can serve you.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will. So I didn't want to bring the room down, but what I want to do is acknowledge that sometimes when things happen and they affect the people that we care for and the people that we love in our community, we will try to do whatever we can as an organization, as a recovery community.
Yes, because we got to support each other.
Yeah. And, we're walking into a time of year when people.
Yes. And that, when I found out, that was my first thought too, was that it's right after-ish the holidays.
Yeah.
In the middle of winter.
Yeah.
What I was told is that, a lot of them are unhoused. Like once they leave there, they're unhoused. So
January 1st is when this, in theory, takes effect.
Yeah. So when what's going to happen
to those folks
that are, that have nowhere to go, in theory, are there going to be enough resources so that's where my bugaboo is what's going to happen to the individuals that are getting services from Pride, and then all of a sudden
literally the doors close. Yeah. So this goes to all of our greater community, and that is, if you know somebody who is at Pride and you are a friend, you are a relative, you're a neighbor, you're somebody who's aware, and they are in the inpatient program, if they reach out to you, it's because they really need to have an ally
and support
at this time. So it just goes to show that with substance use disorder, there's other communities that are sort of under pressure right now. Being in the Minneapolis area, we know that the Somali community is also being affected. We know that the Latina community is also under some pressure right now. We know our Native American communities are also a very strained community because of substance use disorders
and the unhoused population.
It don't matter who you are. Sometimes you have a little bit of a pressure point that goes on from social media and where the pressure points are. But you know what? People that struggle with addiction usually have sort of a side eye coming out to you. If you see anybody driving down the road and you see somebody on the corner who's looking for $1 or $2 or water or something, sometimes we go, but there's that random act of kindness. Maybe that's the person that you could, give a bottle of water to. You could give a Cliff bar to. Not promoting Cliff. I'm just saying power bar.
I was going to say, did we get a promotion thing? And I just didn't know.
Cliff, you're welcome to come in. But it's a video I saw this morning. But you know what? These are the acts of kindness that can change somebody's day, even if it's only for a few minutes. And it's helpful.
The power of the people.
Yes. And the power of kindness and the power of recognition, the power of seeing people, because people who hurt, and they might be in your family or they might be on a street corner. The people that hurt need to be seen. And what we can do is we can say, hey, I see you. I don't know how I can help you, but I see you. And if there's something that I can do, I'm willing to.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to have to help me because I don't know what you need.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But it's just being seen and being acknowledged as another human.
Yep.
Instead of just another
problem in society
or stigma or, whatever the verbiage is, but just knowing that we're validating someone's humanness. I don't know if that's a word.
Humanness. I like humanness. Yes. Because we all want to be seen. Both Sarah and I have had dark days when people kind of walked the other way, even friends and family, or they just weren't quite sure what to do. And that's what happens at this time of year. If somebody's coming to your Christmas or your holiday party and they are on their road to recovery and you're like, I don't know, should I serve alcohol? Should I not serve alcohol? If they go to the bathroom for too long, are they doing something? You know what? Ask them. Say, hey, how can I keep you safe today?
Yes. Because you don't know if you don't ask.
And somebody who's early in recovery or in recovery and you walk up to and say, I'd like you to be safe at this party today. Is there something that I can do for you? I would be thrilled if somebody would do that for
Yeah.
for somebody at their party. So the next couple of shows might revolve a little bit around topics around the holidays, but we're going to try to bring in some other topics like maybe harm reduction at this time of year.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And talk about how do we maybe avoid situations? How do we walk through and talk through maybe when a conversation gets tough? So maybe we'll bring in a psychologist. Or
Oh my
something.
gosh.
Get all fancy
We
here
are
on the
getting
show.
fancy on this show.
Who knows what we're going to do next? But Sarah, it has been a pleasure.
It's been so much fun.
Yes.
I've missed it.
Yeah, we might do karaoke on the radio.
I'm
too.
saying it's a great idea.
Yeah, we might do something crazy too.
Brett
folks.
also loves it. So
Yeah, so we got to keep Brett happy. So thank you for listening to Redefining Recovery, Recovery Revolution. My name is Caddy Frink, your host, and
Sarah Kemp.
like the ice cream. Thank you. Have a great day. We'll see you or hear you or listen to you another time. Bye.
Bye.